Hi friends! Today I'm going to review the Magic Kingdom Park, which is in Walt Disney World, Florida. Before I jump in though, I wanted to quickly give you a bit of background about my history with Disney and explain how I experience the parks. So first, I grew up in Orange County, California, and spent a ton of time at Disneyland as an annual pass holder. Then in 2002, I became an attractions cast member working at Disney California Adventure, my favorite job ever. And then in 2004, I became a corporate cast member working for the environmental policy team in Glendale, California. All of this to say, I love Disney, and I want to feel positively about my experiences. At the same time, I hold the theme parks to a very high standard, and I want to feel that same magic that I did when I was little. So I hope this context was helpful and transparent. Thanks for taking that quick stop down memory lane with me. And now for the Magic Kingdom review. We went to the Magic Kingdom on June 1st, 2022. There were 9 in our party, including 4 adults, 1 grandma, and 4 kids under 7. Wow. We purchased both Genie Plus and individual attraction selections for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It would take a whole nother video to explain those systems, but let me know in the comments if that's something you would like. And the weather was in the high 80s, mostly clear with an occasional breeze, no rain. On the morning of our theme park day, I woke up at 6:45 a.m. to purchase Grandma's Genie Plus. Pretty soon, you won't be able to buy Genie Plus in combination with a park ticket, and so everyone will have to wake up early to add Genie Plus to their park day. Note that you must do this from your cell phone, unless they change that, but it took me a little bit to figure it out. Then at 7 a.m., and not a second later, I booked Seven Dwarf Mine Train. That is an individual attraction selection. That means we paid money per rider to skip the line for that attraction. Then, once I was done with that purchase, I could book a Lightning Lane pass. And the first one I could get was for the Haunted Mansion at 10:15 a.m. Lightning Lanes is the new branding for fast passes. So essentially, you show up at a certain time at the attraction and you can skip the line. So then we hustled to get ready and headed out the door. My husband called down for the car around 7:30. Because we were staying at the Swan, we got to take advantage of the extra magic hours, so we were leaving extra early to be able to get in about 30 minutes before the rest of the general public could get in. More about that in a minute. If you've never been to the Magic Kingdom before, you need to know this about getting there. You cannot just walk right up to the park gates from the parking lot. You park at the Transportation and Ticket Center and then go through security where they check your bags. Then from there, you can take the monorail, a ferry, or a bus to the park gates. We always take the monorail because it seems the fastest, but it is a bit of a pain with a stroller. Quick tip, if you're paying for parking at a Disney resort, you don't have to pay for parking again at the theme park, or you can put the cost of hotel parking toward preferred parking costs, and that preferred parking gets you right to the front of the parking lot. Once you get to the gates of the park, you have to wait in another line to scan your park passes either from a Magic Band or from your phone. All of that said, it took us an hour from the time we left our hotel to arrive inside the park. It's a haul, and you're already hot by the time you get there. As I mentioned before, we got to go into the park about 30 minutes before the general public because we were staying at the Swan. That's called Extra Magic Hours. Now, note, only Fantasyland and Tomorrowland are open for Extra Magic Hours. So if you're trying to get on the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which is in Fantasyland, you're in luck. But if you're trying to go on the Jungle Cruise like we were, that's going to be impossible. So don't walk 10 minutes in the wrong direction to try and get on a ride that's not open. Overall, we generally enjoy the attraction experience at the Magic Kingdom. There may not be the most exciting attractions compared to some of the other Disney theme parks, but there are a ton of rides with no height restrictions, and that's important to us since we have little ones. Also, thanks to individual attraction selections, we were able to ride the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train attraction for the very first time, and it was my favorite ride of the day. Thanks to Genie Plus, we were able to get at least 6 or 7 Lightning Lane passes. Not all were our first choice attractions, but we did get to try some new things that the boys had never seen before, so that felt special. My issue with Genie Plus, however, was the stress. There was pressure to wake up early and book rides before we even got to the park. There was pressure to book a new Lightning Lane the second I was able, regardless of where I was. In a dark theater or a queue line, didn't matter, I was booking that Lightning Lane pass. All that pressure and screen time took away from the magic. I'm not sure what improvements could be made, but I'm hoping that next time we go, I spend less time looking at my phone and more time enjoying the smiles of my kiddos. Also, quick disclaimer, if you're a Disneyland gal like I am, there's a lot of the same classic attractions at Disney World, but they're not as good, except for It's a Small World. I actually prefer the Disney World version, but that's just my personal opinion. Our first snack of the day was the Cheshire Cat Tail from the Cheshire Cafe, which is just between Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. I had heard so many good things about this treat. It was truly a bucket list snack. And while it looked cute, the Cheshire Cat Tail sadly did not live up to the hype in my opinion. It tasted stale and it was way too sweet. The boys ate just a few bites before being done. For lunch, all 9 of us ate at the Diamond Horseshoe. It was the only reservation I could get in the Magic Kingdom for 9 people. Honestly, I was pleasantly surprised. I had not heard great things, but I have to say I would totally eat there again. First, it was so easy. For a party of 9, 4 of whom are little kids, ordering can be so chaotic. And the Diamond Horseshoe has a set menu and it's served family style. We ordered drinks, the adults got a much needed beer, and the food just came out. It made things so easy. I was also worried about the food being too heavy. We had pot roast, roasted turkey, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, etc. But I had worked up such an appetite by noon. I was so happy for the sustenance. And the food was good. It wasn't mind-blowing, but it didn't need to be. It needed to be easy. If we had just had a party of 5, I might have had a different opinion, but for 9 with 4 crazy boys, yeah, easy and a beer is sometimes all you need. My biggest complaint was the amount of food we left on the table. It was just a lot of waste, and I wish the portions had been a bit smaller. Hopefully there's a compost situation. Our midday snack was at Gaston's Tavern, which is just at the very tippity top of Fantasyland, sort of near Be Our Guest restaurant. We had LeFou's Brew, and it was kind of weird tasting, but mostly we needed shade and something cold. They also had a little snack cart right outside, so we got popcorn, and the boys actually wanted the Mickey bar, so we just went for that, but we still had a nice shady spot to sit and rest. For dinner, we ate at the Jungle Navigation Co. Limited Skipper Canteen. I've been wanting to eat there for such a long time. It plays off the Jungle Cruise ride with its cheesy jokes and adventure tour theme. I was so excited, but honestly, I was almost too tired to really enjoy it. It didn't help that we were seated right next to the front door and the service door, so we didn't have a ton of theming at our table. But again, I was so tired, I didn't even really notice. And I couldn't even really appreciate the cheesy jokes. But I did appreciate the Brazilian cheesy bread. This is a secret menu item. The dips were so good. I could have just made that my entire meal. But I did get an entree. I got the crispy chicken. I was so hot and tired, I couldn't even pick an entree, and I was a little bit disappointed. Had I known it was a chicken breast, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. But the skin was super crispy, and that's always a favorite with me. Overall, we were happy with the meal, but again, we were even too tired to take pictures, so I'll leave it at that. All in all, we had a great day at the Magic Kingdom. It was hot, it was exhausting, but it was mostly magical minus a little too much technology. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer any of them that I can. And if you're interested in booking a Disney World vacation, Please shoot us an email at mattingtravel@gmail.com or visit us online at mattingtravel.com. See you soon.